Hi everyone, welcome back to i-TUTOR IAS Academy Tamilnadu History NCERT series. So today we are discussing Unit 13 plus 2 Socio-Religious Reform Movement. Okay, hope you remember the last units and please go through that videos. So this is after 1857 revolt and all socio-religious reform movements happened. It's around 19th to 20th century. India were largely intellectual, social, and religious revivals aiming to eradicate deeply rooted social evils like sati, child marriage, and untouchability, while promoting women's education, equality, and rationalism. And led by reformers such as Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Jyotirao Phule, and Swami Vivekananda, these movements, that is Brahma Samaj, Arya Samaj, Aligarh movement, sought to modernize Indian society by attacking caste discrimination, promoting monotheism, and fostering national consciences, etc. Okay, and the primary goal was to rejuvenate Indian society, removing superstition and rigidity, and to promote rationalism and scientific thought. So that was the primary goal of this socio-religious reform movement. And women's right, caste system, religious reform are the key social issues addressed by this movement. And nature of movement was like a reformist movement. It emphasized a modern rational interpretation of scriptures, that's like Brahma Samaj, Aligarh movement, and revivalist movement also there, that is Arya Samaj is the example. It aimed to revive the purity of ancient tradition. And key movements and leaders are the one of them, Brahma Samaj, it led by Rajaram Mohan Roy, and Arya Samaj led by Swami Dayananda Saraswati, and Ramakrishna Mission founded by Swami Vivekananda, and Aligarh movement led by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, and Satya Shodhak Samaj founded by Jyotirao Phule, and self-respect movement is there, that is initiated by E.V. Ramaswamy Periyar to eliminate caste system. So these movements were crucial in fostering a modern, secular and democratic outlook, laying the foundation for Indian national movement. Okay, so that is all about basic about social-religious reform movement. And in this chapter we will discuss about Brahma Samaj and its service, reforms of Arya Samaj, Ramakrishna Mission, and similar organizations, and the services rendered by social reforms like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Swami Dayananda Saraswati, and Vivekananda, and reform movement among the Muslims in India, and Sikh and Parsi reform movement, social religious reform in Tamil Nadu, led by Saint Ramalinga and Vaikunta Swamikal. Okay, so this is the learning objectives of this chapter. Okay, so in the history of modern India, the social-religious reform occupy a significant place. That is, social reformers like Rajaram Mohan Roy and Swami Dayananda Saraswati and Swami Vivekananda were responsible for the social and cultural awakening in India. And the spread of liberal ideas of the West provide further stimulus for the emergence of reform movement. And this movement introduced important changes in social religious life of the people of India. And so this is the picture of Rajaram Mohan Roy. And first one we will discuss about Rajaram Roy and Brahma Samaj. So Rajaram Mohan Roy established the Brahma Samaj at Calcutta in 1828 in order to purify Hinduism and to preach monotheism. And he is considered as the first modern man of India, and he was a pioneer of socio-religious reform movement in modern India. And born in 1772 in the Hooghly district of Bengal, he inculcated a brilliant freedom of thought and rationality. He studied the Bible as well as Hindu Muslim religious texts, and he had excellent command over many languages including English, Sanskrit, Persian, Arabic, French, Latin, Greek, and Hebrew. And in 1815, he established the Atmiya Sabha, that is later it was developed into the Brahma Samaj in August 1828. Through this organization, he preached that there is only one God, and he combined the teaching of Upanishads, the Bible, and Quran in developing unity among the people of different religions. And the work of Atmiya Sabha was carried on by Maharishi, that is Devendranatha Tagore, father of Devendranatha Tagore. Okay, he carried on Amatya Sabha's works. Okay, and who renamed it as a Brahma Samaj. So Devendranatha Tagore renamed the Amatya Sabha to Brahma Samaj, and he turned the Brahma Samaj into the leading social organization of India. Okay, so from these portions you can expect questions from, in prelims maybe there is, pairing questions are there, so like that. So Brahma Samaj by, Rajaram Mohan Roy, and it first it was Amati Sabha, and then it converted to Brahma Samaj by Devendranatha Tagore. So all the small aspects, if you please remember. Okay, and Raja Ram Mohan Roy is most remembered for helping Lord William Bentinck. So that time Lord William Bentinck was there to declare the practice of sati as punishable offense in 1829. Okay, so we discussed this practice of sati, the portion of William Bentinck. Hope you remember that unit. So he also protested against the child marriage and female infanticide. He favored the pre-marriage of widows and female education and women's right to property. And he felt that the caste system was the greatest hurdle to Indian unity, and he believed in the equality of mankind. He did not believe in the supremacy of the Brahmin priest, and he favored intercaste marriage. He himself adopted a Muslim boy, and in 1817 he found the Hindu college. Now it's a presidency college in Calcutta. Okay, so along with David here, Hare, a missionary, he also set up schools for girls. And Rajaram Mohan Roy started the first Bengali weekly, that is Samvat Kaumadi, and edited a Persian weekly, Mirat ul Akbar. He stood for the freedom of the press, and Ram Mohan died in Bristol in England around 1833. So that is the period of Rajaram Mohan Roy and Brahma Samaj. Next is Henry Vivian and Derozio and Young Bengal movement. So this is the picture of Vivian Derozio. Okay. So Henry Vivian Derozio was the founder of the Young Bengal movement, and he was born in Calcutta in 1809 and taught in the Hindu College, Calcutta. And he died of cholera in 1833. That is, his followers were known as the Derosian and their movement, the Young Bengal movement, and they attacked all traditions and the decadent customs, and they also advocated women's right and their education. They founded association and organization debates against ideal worship and casteism and superstition. And Swami Dayananda Saraswati and the Arya Samaj. So it's like a Brahma Samaj by Rajaram Mohan Roy, and Dayananda Saraswati, that is Arya Samaj. Okay, so this is the picture of Swami Dayananda Saraswati, and the Arya Samaj was founded by Swami Dayananda Saraswati at Bombay in 1875. So here Brahma Samaj in Calcutta, okay, Arya Samaj in Bombay. And born in Kathiawar in Gujarat, and Swami Dayananda was a scholar and a patriot, a social reformer and a revivalist. He believed the Vedas were the source of the true knowledge, and his motto was back to the Vedas. He was against ideal worship, child marriage and caste system based on birth. He encouraged intercaste marriage and widow remarriage, and he started the Suddhi movement to bring back those Hindus who had converted to other religions to its fold. And he wrote the book Satyartha Prakash, which contains his ideas. And the Arya Samaj thought, founded in Bombay, became very powerful in Punjab and spread its influence to other part of India, and it has contributed very much to the spread of education. And the first Dayananda, that is Anglo Vedic, school was founded in 1886 at Lahore, and many more schools came up in other parts of India in later years. And the Arya Samaj had also spread nationalism, and hundreds of Arya Samaj patriots, including Lala Lajpat Rai, took part in the Indian freedom struggle. And next one is Prarthana Samaj. So this is the picture of IMG Ranade. Okay, so the Prarthana Samaj was founded in 1867 in Bombay by Dr. Atmaram Pandurang. It was an offshoot of Brahma Samaj, and it was a reform movement within Hinduism and concentrated on social reforms like interdining and intermarriage, widow remarriage, and upliftment of women and depressed class. And Justice M.G. Ranade and R.G. Bandarkar joined in it in 1870 and infused new strength to it. And Justice Ranade promoted the Deccan Education Society. Next is Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna Mission. Okay, so this is the picture of Swami Vivekananda. The original name of Swami Vivekananda was Narendranath Datta, and he became the most famous disciple of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And he was born in a prosperous Bengali family of Calcutta and educated in Scottish Church College. And in 1886, Narendranath took the vow of sannyasa and was given the name Vivekananda. And he preached Vedantic philosophy, and he condemned the caste system and the current Hindu emphasis on rituals and ceremonies. Swami Vivekananda participated at the Parliament of Religious held in Chicago in September 1893 and raised the prestige of India and Hinduism very high. And Vivekananda preached the message of strength and self reliance. He asked the people to improve the lives of the poor and depressed classes. He believed that service to mankind is service to God. And he founded the Ramakrishna Mission at Belur in Howrah in 1897. It is a social service and charitable society, and the objectives of this mission are providing humanitarian relief and social work through the establishment of schools, college, hospital, and orphanage. That is the Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna Mission. Next is Theosophical Society. In Theosophical Society, founded in New York, USA in 1875 by Madam H.B. Blavatsky. Okay, so this is the picture of Madam Blavatsky. There is a Russian lady and Henry Steele Olcott, an American colonel. Their main objective were to form a universal brotherhood of man without any distinction of race, color, and creed, and to promote the study of ancient religions and philosophies. They arrived in India and established their headquarters at Adyar in Madras in 1882. Later, 1893, Mrs. Annie Besant arrived in India and took over the leadership of the society after the death of Olcott. And Mrs. Annie Besant found the Central Hindu School along with Madam Mohan Malavya, Madan Mohan Malavya at Banaras, which later developed into the Banaras Hindu University. So nowadays, the Banaras Hindu University is there. So it is based on Theosophical Society. And next is Pandit Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. So this is the picture of Pandit Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. He was a great educator, humanist, and social reformer, and he was born in 1820 in a village in Midnapur, Bengal. And he rose to the head Pandit of the Bengali department of Fort William College. He firmly believed that reform in Indian society could only come about through education. And Vidyasagar founded many schools for girls. He helped H.D. Bethune to establish the Bethune School, and he founded the Metropolitan Institution in Calcutta, and he protested against child marriage and favored widow remarriage, which was legalized by the Widow Remarriage Act 1856. And it was due to his great support for the spread of education that he was given the title of Vidyasagar. That is Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Jyotiba Phule belonged to a low caste family in Maharashtra. He waged a lifelong struggle against upper caste domination and Brahmanical supremacy. And in 1873, he founded the Satyashodak Samaj. Satyashodak Samaj, founded by Jyotiba Phule, to fight against the caste system. And he pioneered the widow remarriage movement in Maharashtra and worked for education for women. And Jyotiba Phule and his wife established the first girls' school at Pune in 1851. Okay. And next is Muslim reform movements. The Muslim reform movements started a little later because they had avoided Western education in the beginning, and the first effort was in 1863 when the Muhammad Literary Society was set up in Calcutta, and its aim was popularize the study of English and Western science. It established a number of schools in Bengal. First movement is Aligarh movement. The Aligarh movement was started by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. So this is the picture of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. And for the social and educational advancement of Muslims in India, he fought against the medieval backwardness and advocated a rational approach towards religion. In 1866, he started the Mohammedan Education Conference as a general forum for spreading liberal ideas among the Muslims. And in 1875, he founded a modern school at Aligarh to promote English education among the Muslims, and this had later grown into Mohammedan Anglo Oriental College. So that is the college, and then into Aligarh Muslim University. So Aligarh Muslim University now also there. And next is Deoband School. The Orthodox section among the Muslim ulema organized a Deoband movement, and it was revivalist movement whose twin objective were to propagate among the Muslims the pure teaching of the Quran and the Hadith, and to keep alive the spirit of jihad against the foreign rulers. And the new Deoband leader Muhammad ul Hassan sought to impart a political and intellectual content to the religious ideas of the school. And the liberal interpretation of Islam created a political awakening among its followers. Next is Sikh reform movements. In Punjab, also come under the spell of reforms. That is, Baba Dayal Das founded the Nirangari movement. He insisted the worship of God as Nirankar. That is, Nirankar means formless. There is no form of God. And Namdari movement was founded by Baba Ram Singh. Nirankari and Namdari. Okay, so Namdari movement founded by Baba Ram Singh. His followers wore white clothes and gave up eating, and the Sikh Sabhas started in Lahore and Amritsar in 1870 were aimed at reforming Sikh society. They helped to set up the Khalsa College at Amritsar in 1892. They also encouraged Gurmukhi and Punjabi literature. In 1920, the Akalis started a movement to remove the corrupt Mahants, that is priest, from the Sikh Gurudwaras. The British government was forced to make laws on his matter. Later, the Akali organized themselves into a political party. Okay, that is Sikh movement. So here is one picture, that is centers of religions and social movements. Okay, so main centers are Calcutta and Mumbai, Pune areas, and Punjab is there, and then south there is Madras regions, Tamil regions are the main centers of religious movements. Next is Parsi reform movement. The Parsi Religious Reform Association was founded by at Bombay by Fuji Naroji and S.S. Bengali in 1851. They advocated the spread of women's education. They also wanted to reform their marriage customs, and Nauroji published a monthly journal, that is Jagat Mitra. And the moment gathered through these reform movements and went a long way in uplifting the entire community. By the middle of the 20th century, most of them were highly placed in various capacities and have made significant contribution to India's development. Next is Saint Ramalinga. Saint Ramalinga was one of the foremost saint of Tamil Nadu in the 19th century. He was born on October 5, 1823 at Marundur near Chidambaram. and he was the last son of his father and Ramaya Pillai and mother Chinnamma. And developing a deep interest in spiritual life, Ramalinga moved to Karunguli in 1858, a place near Vadalur where the saint later settled down, and his divine power came to be recognized at the early age of 11. And in 1865 he founded the Samarasa Suddha Sanmarga Shaga for the promotion of his ideal of establishing a casteless society. He preached love and compassion to the people, and he composed Tiru Aruppa. That is, his other literary work include Manumurai Kanda Vasangam and Jiva Karunyam. His language was so simple as to enable the illiterate people to understand his teaching. And in 1870, he moved to Mettukuppam, a place 3 miles away from Vadalur, and there he started constructing the Satyagana Sabai in 1872. He introduced the principle that God could be worshipped in the form of light. Okay, so this is Saint Ramalinga. Next is Sri Vaikunta Swamikal. And Sri Vaikunta Swamikal was born in 1809 and at Swami Topu in the Kanyakumari district of Tamil Nadu. His original name was Mudichudum Perumal, but he was called Mudukutti. And he preached against the caste system and untouchability. He also condemned religious ceremonies. Many came to his place to worship him, and slowly his teaching came to be known as Ayavari. Okay, Ayavari. And by mid 19th century, Ayavari came to be recognized as a separate religion and spread in the religions of South Travancore, South Tirunelveli. And after his death, the religion was spread on the basis of his teaching, and the religious book Akila Tira to Ammanai and Arul Nool, hundreds of Nidal, that is Nidal Tangals, that is place of worship, were built across the country. Okay, so here is one plant. So in this plant there is Ramakrishna Mission, that is Swami Vivekananda, and Theological Society Madam HB Balavasaki, we already discussed, and Arya Samaj by Dayananda Saraswati, and Prarthana Samaj, Atmaram Pandurang, and Brahma Samaj Raja Ram Roy. Okay, so just remember these names and their missions and societies. Okay, so maybe there uh, one side there is names of religious scholars or its movements, and their reform movements name also there, so you can uh, do that type of questions from this area. Next is self-respect movement and Periyar EVR. Periyar EV Ramaswamy was great social reform. In 1921, during the anti-liquor campaign, he cut down 1,000 coconut trees in his own farm. And in 1924, he took active part in the Vaikam Satyagraha. So it's a famous Satyagraha in Kerala history. The objective of the Vaikam in Kerala, so objective of the Satyagraha was to secure for untouchables right to use a road near the temple at Vaikam in Kerala. That is, EVR opposed the Varna Sharma policy followed in the VVS IS Saran Mandevi Gurukulam. And during 1920-25, being in the Congress party, he stressed that Congress should accept communal representation. Subsequently, in 1925, he started the self-respect movement, and the aim of the self-respect movement were to uplift the Dravidian and to expose the Brahmanical tyranny and deceptive method by which they control all spheres of Hindu life. And hedonos, the caste system, child marriage, and enforced widowhood. So Vaikam Satyagraha is the one of the famous movement against the caste system and temple entry. Okay, and he encouraged intercaste marriage, and he himself conducted many marriage without any rituals. Such a marriage was known as self-respect marriage, and he gave secular name to newborn babies also. So this is a picture of Periyar EVR, and he attacked the law of Manu, which he called the basis of the entire Hindu social fabric of caste. He founded the Tamil journals, that is Kudiyarashu, Purachi, and Vidutalai, to propagate his ideas. And in 1938, the Tamil Nadu Women Conference appreciated the noble service rendered by EVR. He was given the title Periyar on 27th June 1970 by the UNESCO organization, praised and adorned with the title Socrates of South Asia. Okay, so this is all about this yes, unit. And so far we discussed Raja Ram Mohan Roy and the Brahma Samaj, Swami Dayananda and the service of Arya Samaj, and Swami Vivekananda's life and ideals, and also the social service rendered by the Ramakrishna Mission and the Muslim reform movements such as the Deoband School and Aligarh movement, and Nirankari and the Namdari movement among the Sikh, and the Parsi reform movements, and Saint Ramalinka's Samarasa Suddha Sanmarga, and Vaigunda Swami's Ayavari, and the self-respect movement of Periyar in last content we discussed. Okay. uh, Hope you all understood. So in between any doubts, you can contact us anytime. So today we end here. For more content, do like, share, and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.